Do you believe that Allah created man, shaped and molded us? I'm asking you, how do you suppose man evolved on the planet? How was we created? Are you saying that we was created by God who shaped and molded us on the potter's wheel? Talk to us.
According to the teachings, there's never been a time when man was not. But in order to understand that, we got to go into the idea or the conversation about what is your understanding of a man.
How was man created?
Through the mind. Your mind conceives of an idea. When you was coming up, you had no children. But somewhere in your mind, you decided that you wanted children. And that idea stuck with you. And you begin to understand that in order to produce this idea, you had to have a woman. And once you got that woman, you and that woman had to create motion. And in creating that motion, the gravitational pull of the movements that you were making drew the idea, which was an atom. And when it hit that egg, it rested. And in that rest state, all of the things that was taken out of you were brought together and formulated. So your idea that was not seen, that wasn't even a word yet, became flesh.
The mind realized it needed a woman, and the mind created a woman. Is this what you're saying, brother?
Exactly what I'm saying. Otherwise, tell me where she came from.
How can man be created through the mind when the mind is not here yet?
Where is the mind?
That's what I'm looking for.
The mind has always been. There ain't never been a time when the mind was not. How else do you have anything?
What is your definition of the mind? What do you mean when you say the mind?
The mind is all. The mind is all there is. All of this is the mind. And you're acting it out. That very idea that you had. And before you had it, your father had it. And your father produced you. So where did you come from? Surely you can't tell me you came from the woman, because you only rested there 9 months. But before you got in her, where were you? Someplace where you wasn't seen or heard. Man is that word made flesh. And I just gave you the process of how that word, which before was a word, was an idea, and before was an idea was a thought, manifests itself all the way down from the mind, through the brain, through the spinal column, through the kidneys, through the liver, through the lungs, through the heart, picked up everything that it bypassed and produced it again. So did we evolve from what? Man has always been man, and he will continue to be man. Darwin, go to the garbage can.
There are a few teachers out there who say we and the chimp have the same common ancestry. We and the ape have a same, they're not saying we come from the ape, but they're saying we do share the same common ancestor. How do you disprove that?
The chimp is a graft or clone from the monkey, and the monkey is a graft or clone from the gorilla. So they all share their common ancestor.
Don't we share 98% of the same DNA?
Do we share it or do they share it?
They was here before.
How could he be here before you? Who named him? If he was here before you, who named him? Who named the sun, the moon, and the stars? Who named the constellations and the galaxies? How the hell are you going to tell me something was before man? Ain't nothing before man.